so.
Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like... Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like...
You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats, when it was called hip-hop.
Live in the CIPHER! Wednesday night, gotta get it right. Live in the CIPHER, chills on the mic. You got cash, I'm worth it, pay me. You can't outfox me, so say that for Jamie. BKS1radio.com. Hot like fire, kids, so ring the alarm. Got the industry corner with our own damn opinions. No Serato, it's authentic. When late night is spinning, the truth, the real. Hip-hop ain't dead, and if it was, we resurrected it. It's back to the essence, the bare essential. Storm Norm is the leader, we call him the general. Smooth P and Ghost, we rate and review. So if you're scared to spit the 16, don't come through. Ooh! Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Represent the real hip-hop. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the hottest hip-hop show on the net, live in the CIPHER, baby. You got my man, Chill Mr. Keep It Real, Ladies Love, Smooth P, Short Fuse, DJ Late Night, and your man, Storm Norm the General, on BKS1Radio.com, where we represent the real hip-hop.
You. What's good? What's good? What's good?
What's up, people? What's up? We're back.
You know where you at. You know where you at. Live in the CIPHER, BKS1 Radio TV.
Yeah.
On YouTube, we on Twitch, we on Mixcloud, we on Facebook. We everywhere. We everywhere. Got a lot to talk about today. Salute, peace, and blessings to everybody. But first, the introductions. In the building. The man with the plan, and together we understand. We call him what? Smooth P. All right. And of course, Mr. AKA Short Fuse.
Hey, Short Fuse, a.k.a. the Ghost.
Yes.
Yes.
And the man in the middle. With the funky dope riddle, we call him.
I'll just humbly storm Norm the General. Peace and blessings, y'all. Yes. Got a lot to talk about. A lot going on the world.
I don't know what's been, okay.
Huh?
I don't know what's been going on with YouTube because the video feed on YouTube lately been terrible.
All right.
Finally cleared up because Mixcloud stream looked good. And YouTube finally cleared up.
Okay. All right, Jeff.
Just letting the people
Just let the people know. In case they go there.
Hey, YouTube. Yeah, if you don't like to be on YouTube, go to Mixcloud. Big KS1 Radio. We're still there too.
Yeah, we on Twitch too. Twitch looking good. Twitch looking good. Shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. Listen, as you see, we got a lot of different things we want to talk about and discuss. One of the things we definitely want to discuss. Shout out to Keisha Gainey on the check-in.
Peace.
Yeah. I definitely want to talk about Kanye and DL Hughley, that beef and Diddy and Mace, all of this going on. Rick Ross made comments on hip-hop embracing the LGBTQ community. 50 Cent is doing what he has to do to put Monique back on, and there's a lot of different things to talk about and discuss. So shout out to everybody on the check-in, man. First and foremost, too, listen, you remember the good 90s dance music with Robin S. and Marshall Jefferson and Ray's Break for Love, all of that. Well, it's going down this Saturday at NJ Pack, right? NJ Pack, Deuce Martinez presents 90s dance concert. All right, Brenda K. Starr, George Lamont, Lizette Melendez, Black Sheep, Robin S., CeCe Peniston, and many more.
Wow.
Nardo Ranks.
We had Brenda K. Starr on the Owl Show last night.
Yes.
Interviewed all of them. Interviewed Nardo Ranks, Brenda K. Starr. She looks like she ain't aged a day.
With Brenda Starr?
Yeah.
Brenda K. Starr? Yeah. Rochelle
Amazing.
Fleming. There's just going to be a lot of Keith Thompson of Ray's.
Marshall Jefferson.
Strafe. Set it off.
Yeah.
Elias.
Man.
Yes.
That's gonna be great. Yeah.
So that's this Saturday. It's going down at NJ Pack.
Black Sheep.
What's the ticket price, you know?
Well, not sure the ticket price, but you can win 2 tickets tonight. You can win 2 tickets tonight on the Live in the CIPHER show. So make sure you listen to the show and some of the things we talk about, because we're going to allow you to call in and we're going to ask you a question pertaining to something we talked about on the show. So you can win some tickets to this. This is how we doing it here at BKS1 Radio. This is how we doing it. 2 tickets. All right? 2 tickets.
You don't know my number, right?
Yeah. 646-233-1302. That's the number to call in. So let's go. Let's jump right into it, man. Where are we going to go? Let's just get this out the box. I definitely want to talk about this beef with Kanye and DL Hughley. What transpired, Fuse? I know you got the info.
DL had did an interview on Vlad and was talking about he's seen this play out before with the Kanye and Kim situation where people laugh and joke about a situation where and it gets out of hand. He was saying basically Kanye needs to get some help and people need to step in before we're sitting back saying, hey, this shouldn't have happened.
Yeah.
So Kanye gets word of, he gets upset and he says, and since deleted posts, DL Hughley is a pawn. Yeah, I know a king not supposed to address a pawn, but I address everything and find addresses, DL. So don't speak on me or my children. I can afford to hurt you. Another one, he calls him a drug addict. Posted a video clip of DL Hughley passed out on stage in 2020 due to contracting coronavirus, which is not drug addict, but whatever. Mm-hmm. Then he goes on to say, God doesn't like you. You have no favor. Your family hates you. Mm-hmm. I would hate to be related to somebody who used to be famous. Now you just a broke pawn. At least Oprah got billions, allegedly. Come on, leftists. Y'all got to do better than DL. This is Ye. Bring the real smoke. Excuse me. Then he posts, he found out Hughley lives in Calabasas, shared a photo of the area he lives in, and explains what? DL lives in Calabasas? Yo, God is good. he can say you can say whatever you want. I mean, you can't say whatever you want on social media because people will take that as a threat and feel a certain way. But you can say and argue. He had a right to say, look, don't talk about me and my kids or anything like that. But I think you went over the line when you post a picture of his area. Where he lives in Calabasas, because not that he's going to personally go do anything, because I think it's just talk. He's not throwing away billions to do something to hurt somebody, end up in jail.
Right.
But you don't know what your crazy fans or somebody who's a crazy fan might do because of what you said.
Right. Well, Instagram took it seriously because they say Kanye West's Instagram account suspended for 24 hours after violating platform's policies.
Oh, man.
And I guess that's the threats with DL Hughley.
You know, they did that crap to me on Facebook the other day. I've never been in Facebook jail.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
it happens.
So apparently, well, I guess, I guess from what they said. So, because I violated, so they said I violated community guidelines, but then it later got redacted. It was already past 24 hours, but.
Okay.
So I guess it's okay. And I'm just taking off for a little bit. I guess it's okay to actually be a racist on social media, but it's not okay to like speak out against it. That's what I'm just saying. So, it's a kind of slippery slope with that
What I'm learning
stuff.
with it now is certain trigger words. I know because Instagram almost got me because I clapped back at somebody saying some stupid stuff in regards to Black Lives Matter.
Okay.
And so I clapped back, and then I got the red warning.
Yeah.
From
I don't get it.
Then it also goes to how many people report it.
And that's what I figured. Somebody had to report it.
If you get mass people reporting a whole bunch of mass, then then they're gonna they'll probably take notice and do something.
But
I think a lot of these bots people might be arguing with.
Yeah.
Then it just mass reports and goes over.
Bots.
I mean, come on, man. They found out a lot of the people who speak out on like a lot of racist topics that cause like dissension are bots that have been generated from overseas just to cause division in America. And the things are so sophisticated, it's ridiculous.
I want to speak on the Kanye saying, and not just him, anybody who's on social media and says, "Oh, keep my name out your mouth. Don't talk about my kids." So, what people got to understand about social media and putting stuff on there is this. Once you put stuff out there into the universe, you can't pick and choose what you want people to talk about. So if I'm putting stuff on the internet about my kids, about my relationship with my ex-wife, about this and about that, you can't tell people that they can't in turn comment on it because you're putting it out there. If you don't want nobody to make any of those kind of comments, then don't put that information out there for people to comment on.
Well, I agree to a point. Like, he's a celebrity. And if you look at his stuff, he don't really post much about his kids on his social media. He talks about what the kids might be on social media because what they're posted with the other half of the family.
Yeah.
But I'm also a believer, like, if I got a problem with somebody, I don't care what you post to say about your kids. I'm not talking about your kids or your family. It's with me. Like, say it about the person. Say it about the celebrity, and say it about the adult.
Yeah, but
leave kids like. I just go by a certain set of rules.
I get what you're saying.
Like, of course, you can't tell people what to say because they got the freedom to say whatever they want to. But it's just the way I look at it is that I wouldn't speak about somebody's kids regardless of what the situation is.
Let's listen to the post. One of the posts that started a big uproar this week with Kanye, and let's kind of dissect it. Shout out to everybody on checking, man. Shout out to Montega Jordan. Renee Washington, shout out to Catherine Allen, shout out to Soups, Greg Booth, Darren Felton, everybody on the check-in, man. Peace and blessings. Shout out to everybody, whether you're on YouTube, Mixcloud, Twitch, we all over the place. So wherever you're watching us, peace and blessings. So let's talk about this Jay thing. Let's listen to what he's talking about, and I want y'all to dissect it and chime in on it and tell us what you think his state of mind is by posting this on social media.
Yo, it's funny. I feel like people just want to see. They want to see somebody melt down. They want to see a dad, a father, a human being. They want to see what's going to happen right now, if I could be gaslit, if I could be pushed to a limit, we see now factually that I was asking, demanding to see my children and bring them to Sunday service with me because that's, one of the places they get to be. Why do I have to even give an explanation? But the fact that I was praying online in a public format to see my children lets you know how diminished I have been as a father, that I could even get to that point. Because as I was leaving church and my kids wasn't there, I was like, why should I have to pray to see my children? Why? Because it's a narrative written about, I never wanted to even have to say richest black man of all time, but it's like we have to overcompensate in America for our position if we don't bow to the system that's been set for us, that's been set for all rappers and all ball players. We don't own our leagues. And they're going to keep playing with me. But eventually, not everybody going to keep playing like that. Kim chose for our kids to be watched by other people. She wasn't with the kids. Her boyfriend is texting me pictures of him naked in bed talking about, I'm with your wife.
That's all I got to say about it.
I thought she wasn't my wife. We went through a year and a half of divorce. I finally got the lawyer to hit the divorce. And why you calling her my wife then? Unless you trying to gaslight, you being used as a pawn. And Kim is also. It's bigger than any of y'all think, bro. The whole indoctrination at Sierra King is bigger than y'all think. Ungodly organizations. But God got this and God got me, baby. And as far as like, oh, he crazy. Yo, that shit is just like, it's weak. It's just it's like trying to match the shoes to the jacket. It's like too obvious, bro. Obviously, there's brilliance through that. And obviously, it'd be some baby mama stuff. On one end, it's like, I'm stalking this woman. But if I pop out at a game, then all of a sudden, Kim not texting me back. This baby mama 101. But I'm not having it. It's up. Like, and I want to, as a godly person, not even blame Kim in this situation, but you got to understand that people who are controlled and compressed try to control and compress other people. People that are free want to free other people. I always been free. Always been me. And I'm those kids' daddy. And you're not going to muffle me? And you're not going to write me off as crazy? We can play fair. But I'm not going to stop using my voice.
Okay. All right. Well, I guess I'm going to clap it up.
Yeah, absolutely.
Well, listen, hey. He made some points.
Yeah.
He was all over the board.
Yeah, he was all over the place, but he definitely made some points, man. Listen, I mean, at the end of the day, he moved on, with as far as, he's seeing with other women, other women saying that, yeah, we dating and this and this and that, whatever. But that divorce is still fresh, so there's no way in hell that Kanye doesn't harbor any type of feelings still for Kim, and there's no way. Yeah. I don't care how quick she moved on and she started smashing Pete Davidson or whatever the case may be. I don't care how quickly Kim moved on. She still got some feelings for. Yeah, she got to. Yeah. They got four kids together.
I don't know how much. I don't know if I believe that Kanye has moved on and over her. He's dealing with other people, but I think it's clear that he hasn't really moved on yet. And I think this is just like you said, baby mama 101. I think this is just the situation and the problems that a lot of fathers who are no longer with their mother, their children, go through. But this is just on a whole nother level and scale because of who the two people are. You know, but if you listen to situations though, they're the same situations that we hear every day from regular old broke people that's having the same problem when they're not with the other, the child's other parent.
I just think it's some truth probably on her side. It's truth on his side.
Absolutely, truth
somewhere
on
in
both
the middle. It's just
sides.
sucks.
It's the real truth.
This is playing out in the public eye. That's going to be immortalized forever. So when the kids get old enough to actually look back at what's going on, you're going to be able to see all this craziness.
Well,
and that's who's suffering the most.
I don't like
children. As always,
the sending a picture naked in the bed with not naked, like shirt, like he was in the bed from neck up, like chest up. That was it overboard? Yeah, but they've been going back and forth forever. So of course somebody's gonna say something a little slick. There'll be a little jab. I mean, that was a little. I'm in bed with your wife. That was like that was gaslighting.
Here's the thing.
But you got to look at all the stuff that Kanye did to him online and saying stuff. So it's not like he's going. There's no gloves on in these back and forth right now, and that's the sad part about it. It's like, you all adults. You're all in y'all 30s, 40s, however old y'all might be. Act like
I think he's in his 20s.
Well,
who, Pete Davidson?
Yeah, he's 20.
Well, here's the thing. Yeah, any decent mother wants their kids to have a relationship with their father.
Absolutely.
Bottom line.
Absolutely.
Bottom line. You know what I'm saying? So I get it. The divorce is fresh. There's some bitterness on both sides or whatever like that, but you don't interject the kids into that, right? Like Kim should kind of make the kids go see their daddy. Or listen, Kanye, let me call you up. Yay, I know, we got our issues or whatever, but how about let's do this? These days you take the kids, these days I take the kids and whatever. And that way, do y'all turmoil. No, but
you said make the why should the kids have to be made? That makes it sound like the kids don't want to go see their father.
Well, there was reports about that too. Who knows it? The rumor mill was saying that the kids didn't want to go over.
Don't nobody really know. Like nobody
we don't know
what went on.
We don't know. You don't know, Sway. Let's read some comments. Let's shout out to
Fat
Alicia.
Said, any decent, but it's some people who aren't decent.
Yes, absolutely. Sandy said, their problems have nothing to do with the kids. Hold on, more comments coming in. Sandy said their problems have nothing to do with the kids. This crap is childish. Let him be a father to his kids. They need him. Alicia said, Ye still loves Kim. And he don't know how to control his emotions.
But then also
but it's understandable. It's fresh. The Kardashians are controlling, but they need to get back to where they were before they got married. Friends. Pete is Kim's way of getting over Ye.
I agree with that.
And Alicia also say, I hate when dads are in the kid's life and the mom used the kids as a way of hurting the dad.
Yeah, that's horrible.
And yeah, we know that's been going on, and let me say this, every mother is not like that.
No.
Every baby mama is not like that. But there are a lot that are like that, and they cause more damage to the kids.
Absolutely.
You do more damage when you do stuff like that. You do more damage to the kids than anybody else.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I've never closed my door or said no, I don't want to see. You know what I'm saying? Always available. But then you get some baby mamas that if you ain't doing what they think is necessary financially, right? If you ain't meeting their standards of what they want in their pockets, then they use that against you too, as a way of not to see your kids. I'm not going to let you see the kids because I need $5,000.
Yeah.
So you got situations like that too. You know what I'm saying? But
shouldn't have to pay a ransom to see your kids. Now, granted, parents either way, whoever the custodial is, the non-custodial should be contributed to the raising of the children and monetarily. but you shouldn't hold the kids ransom. Like, or you need to pay such, or you're not going to see your kids. Like that's horrible.
Facts. No, facts.
Well, I think they're all weirdos. They all need to grow up.
Well, here's the thing. They both got enough money to take this to court, right? So they both got enough money to take this to court. If Ye, bro,
Wasting
just
money.
you might as well just go try to get joint custody.
Yeah.
And there should have been, I don't know, y'all divorce agreement, whatever. Was that it in y'all divorce agreement? Joint custody, whatever the case may be. Because that way you eliminate all the games.
Mm-hmm.
You eliminate all the games. You eliminate you having to go on Instagram and whatever like that. You feeling some type of way, and Ye takes things that's posted on social media very personal.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And he wants to clap back at everybody.
Mm-hmm.
Like the situation with DL Hughley. People, like you said, are going to comment on it because y'all business
put it out there.
Is all over the place.
Yeah, it's on Front Street.
It's all over the place. You know what I'm saying? I just wish we hear more of Ye musically. We hear more of Ye fashion wise. We hear more of Ye in those areas. You know what I'm saying? Than hearing that he's not able to see his kids.
Yeah.
And the little beef between Pete Davidson and him and whatever like that. And I think Pete Davidson anyway with Kim, he just the flavor of the month right now.
Yeah, I agree.
That's all. He the flavor of the month.
Yeah.
Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Sean Blaze said, "Peace, fella. What's up? What's good, Blaze?
Peace.
Peace."
He about to go up in space anyway. He might not come back. He supposed to be going up with Elon. So
now, next thing, we're gonna move off of Kanye real quick. Jussie Smollett has been released from jail. Y'all happy about that? I mean,
I can care less.
But are you good with it? Because a lot of people was throwing up the free Jussie. You saw Taraji come out and compare Jussie to Emmett Till.
Okay.
She
all right.
compared.
I want to thank you all for coming out. Taraji has just ended this show.
Wow.
You can't. You cannot be serious.
Yeah.
Like, can we stop with these super long stretches? Like,
yeah.
Emmett Till.
Yeah.
So you compared
That's horrible.
him lying about getting beat up and setting this up to a child
Not even
getting
close.
killed
Exactly.
for somebody who lied on the child.
Beaten beyond.
How do you make that
recognition.
comparison and with a straight face?
Here's the thing. We know there's been a lot of injustices. We know there's been a lot of people that's been incarcerated that shouldn't have been. We know that we get longer sentences than
Why shouldn't he have been
Caucasian
incarcerated,
Americans. Listen, I'm not saying he shouldn't have been. I'm saying this. Let the penalty, right, fit the crime. So if somebody else, right, there's been other cases of people that done some fraud and false things and submitted false reports or whatever like that.
About to go and get into something.
What did he get, like 9 months?
And yeah, but listen, but
Something like that.
no, but
He got like 5 months in jail and probation.
right, he got 5 months in jail. He got 30 months probation.
Mm-hmm.
And 2,000 hours of community service.
And $122,000
fine.
restitution. He had to pay in restitution, and then a $25,000 fine.
Yeah.
That's what it was. So, evidently it says has been released from jail pending his appeal. Jussie was walked out of Cook County Jail Wednesday evening, surrounded by family and security. He did not. Whatever. So evidently the appeal courts said to release him.
I have
Judge, if you're listening, just let him go. I'm tired of hearing about this guy.
I have a question though. So they made such a big deal out of this, right? Because he lied about being beat up or whatever, get in jail, blah blah. So why is it not illegal when a woman says a man rapes her and he actually didn't? Why does nobody ever go to jail for that? But he can go to jail for lying about somebody beating him up, which is not as brutal as rape. Rape is like over the top type thing. So me beating you up and me raping you is two totally different things. I would think you would rather me beat you up than rape you, right? Why when women lie about that do they not go to jail?
Because it's hard to.
No.
It's hard to find
when
them.
you clearly
No,
when you
there's
clearly
no-
find out that they were lying.
But how do you clearly find out that they were lying?
There are lots of cases where women who
Because
said,
you're found
We're gonna read
not
your
guilty
comments.
of rape. That doesn't mean that. It's hard to say that they're lying. Because they might say, "Well, I said no and didn't want to," but in the court they can't prove that you raped her. It didn't justify the rape. But it's a fine line that it's hard to prove.
I'm not even saying
I'm
not even saying a case like that. I'm saying there's been cases that a woman has accused a man of rape, and then it comes out later that she clearly lied. Is what I'm saying, and nothing happens.
Here's the thing. So shout out to Nakia. Nakia, what's good?
Nakia?
Shout out to Tiff, what's good? Let me read Nakia's comment. She said she did not compare it. She used it as an example of unfair sentencing and prosecution. But don't even put Emmett Till in that whole free Jussie
That's
thing.
where she went wrong.
because it's totally. Come on now. Come on, just don't even put Emmett Till in the mix or something like that. So I can't rock with Taraji on that. Not a big fan of Taraji anyway. I met Taraji, but okay. So Nakia also said a white man was found guilty of raping a girl, and he was given probation because it would ruin his life.
Oh yes, that's the college kid. Right.
Yeah,
that's the college kid.
Which is crazy. Yep.
Right.
And
right.
the other kids in upstate New York who had money, they didn't get any time.
That's nutty.
Right. And because also we seen Caucasian kids get set free from a crime because of affluenza.
That was the one who drove drunk. He's 14 years old and killed the person.
Affluenza.
But then he got in trouble again for drinking. Locked up.
Yeah. So it's crazy. It's crazy in these neck of the woods. So that's why Taraji used the Emmett Till comparisons. The lady admitted that she lied, and they never prosecuted her.
Yeah, you're right. She's still alive now, and they haven't prosecuted.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot of other things.
No, she didn't die yet.
Let me tell you, throughout this whole history, there's a lot of things we could use as examples where Caucasian Americans gotten off, and we do the same crime or whatever like that, and we spend a lot of time in jail, whatever.
Forever.
So, I'm kind of in the middle on this, because a lot of people, I mean, even a lot of us are upset that he was released from jail. They said he should do the time, or whatever. And then
I personally care less.
But me, I'm like this. Just after seeing a lot of people walk away from that whole Capitol riot, bro, I'm like, I'll compare it more with that than Emmett Till. From seeing a lot of people walk away from that scot-free and unscathed and whatever.
On camera.
And they were caught on camera. And if we already know, if we would have rolled up into a federal building like that.
It would have been a massacre.
Yeah, it would have been a massacre. So, I'm not mad. Part of me is not mad that Jussie walked out. Pay the fines, but he still got to pay $150,000. That's why he's able to walk out. You got to pay $150,000. All right, and then he still got to, I guess, once the appeals process or whatever goes through, whatever, he still got to have a court situation that happens. So, but he's out of jail. It is what it is. Let me read some more.
Hopefully, he still got some of that Empire money.
I'm quite
Didn't
sure
they
they
cut
have
him off of that?
Why are we mad
when this happened
about Jussie? Celebrate Kodak Black, but celebrate Kodak Black and others. Yeah, I ain't celebrating Kodak Black.
Who's celebrating Kodak Black?
And
who's celebrating him?
I'm still out here acting stupid.
Maybe cats in the streets is, but I'm not. You know what I'm saying? I don't celebrate. I don't jump on that free.
Nah.
This
free
person.
Nobody.
If
they
you did
the
a crime,
exactly.
If you killing, if you murdering, if you selling dope in your community and everything, and everybody glorifying that, whatever, I'm not riding that train.
Leave Ray in there.
Leave the ass locked up in there. I don't ride that train. You know what I'm saying?
Ray needs to be in jail.
It's like I don't ride any train that when somebody does something that hurts our people.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I don't ride that train. The free Jussie thing, whatever. I'm not wearing the T-shirts. I'm not posting the hashtag. None of that. I'm not jumping on none of that. And at the same time, we still got to address the fact that if he did that to himself or not.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I mean, we got to be honest with it. Like, do you believe that somebody did that to him?
Yeah.
Or do you believe he made that up for whatever reason? You know what I'm saying? And like, guess we'll never know.
Nah.
You know, we'll never know. Hold on, let me read comment. Real quick, and then we jump on.
Oh, she said, "Nah, yeah." And you know what? Before you make a comment, let me just make a comment on Kodak Black though. So Kodak Black, I forgot how many years he was actually supposed to get, and he got out on whatever technicality or whatever reason he got out. But you would think that when you get a second chance at life, you know, to be able to come back and do your career and still make your money, that you would not act a fool. Like, he still gets online and act a fool. Like, I don't understand these young jokers. Like, they can't be that stupid. That's all I can say. You cannot be that foolish and or stupid. You are put in a position to have the opportunity to, you know, have a good life for yourself, your family, you know, bring some of your friends along. And they just choose to do and say stupid stuff.
Yeah, and
still.
the kid said Trump pardoned him. Yeah,
that's what it was. Trump pardon, exactly. So,
but he's still facing sexual assault charges.
that's what I'm saying. So he still does stupid stuff. That came after the fact, though, I think, right?
That
was
the
a part of
going
it?
on.
Here go Jesse getting out.
He was serving for
Jesse, anything you
falsifying
want to say for
paperwork.
yourself? Jesse, anything you want to say for yourself?
Jesse, do you want a Subway sandwich right now?
I thought that was actually in the video. I thought that was actually in the video. I'm over there, yo.
Jesse, anything you want to say for yourself?
Jesse, are you using bleach in your clothes? Do you use bleach in
Yo.
your clothes?
I thought that was in the actual video.
Now,
Nah, Kodak was serving time for falsifying paperwork to obtain a firearm, so he's serving Fed time.
I thought he had a firearm they caught him with.
Well, he was a felon. He falsified paperwork to obtain the firearm, so he had it, but he falsified paperwork to get it. And then Trump pardoned him from that crime, but he's still facing the sexual assault crime because I think the president only pardon you from federal crimes. Right?
I don't even know.
I'm not sure, but that's what he got out for that. But he's still facing other charges. But you know, when you got money and the industry behind you, they'll keep delaying that out
Lil
forever.
Wayne too, yeah. Or since said him and Lil Wayne. Which how did Trump pick them? Like, so does he listen to Kodak Black and Lil Wayne, or did somebody say, yeah?
I mean, you know, he was like, it was already what's the name? It's on tape. People in his cabinet were taking money to get people's pardon names in front of Trump.
Wow.
So people paid. I'm not saying this is how he happened, but there were some people who was taking money to get the pardons in front of him. I think it was Roger Stone they caught on tape saying that.
That joker, boy.
So, what do y'all think about 50 Cent going hard for Monique? He's going real hard for Monique, comedian Monique, and everything for her to get back in the business and do her thing, to get her working again. He's going real hard. He's calling for Oprah and Tyler Perry to apologize to Monique for blackballing her. So now,
well, if they don't they're blackballed, they ain't apologizing.
No. So now let's read this. What is on 50's page, and he got a picture. 50, he ain't got no chill. He put a picture of Tyler up there. 50 said, "I talked to Tyler today. He told me he never told anyone not to hire Monique, and he is happy I decided to work with her. He said he couldn't speak for Oprah, but he is sure she is fine with Monique and has even brought her up for things Monique has no idea about. I'm so happy for Mo right now." He said green light gang. But here's the thing, you know, and 50 will put her in the Power episode of BMF or whatever the case may be, and Monique will get that popularity going again. But do you actually believe that Tyler Perry and Oprah blackballed
and Lee Daniels?
Lee Daniels.
I
believe that?
Personally, I don't know what to believe, but I do know that unfortunately, once we get to a certain status and amidst a certain amount of wealth, that we change. So it is very possible.
Good point.
It's possible.
Okay. Alicia said, did they blackball her or did she blackball herself? Sandy said she messed up her own career. Alicia said him and Lil Wayne got a part.
Yo, because I personally don't think Tyler Perry, Oprah care that much about her.
So let me ask you this question.
I don't think they care that much about her to go out of their way and blackball. For something that was, reading the article I read said this started back when Precious, because she didn't want to be part of the award ceremony.
Okay.
I don't think that's serious enough for Oprah and Tyler to go out of their way to say, we're going to blackball you and never have and make sure you don't ever work again. That's not a personal attack, because the movie already got awards.
Yeah.
So it's not like you hurt anything. I can see if it was,
but it could
I'm
be
not going to
personal.
promote the film in the beginning, or I'm trying to do something to sabotage it before it even came out. But it's already out. I just don't think, I could be wrong, I don't think Oprah and Tyler at that stage, and Lee Daniels, I don't know how rich this person is, at that stage will care enough to be like, I'm just going to stop her money because there's no sweat off their back.
Well, here's the thing. Monique is very outspoken, right? She didn't think she was treated fairly at Netflix. This is where the whole beef came in.
That's what the whole beef was.
Right? She didn't think she was treated fairly at Netflix.
So Lee Daniels was with Netflix.
So nah. So she spoke out against it. She had some other dealings with Oprah and Tyler that caused her to say that she felt as though they blackballed her. But with Netflix, they just offered her like $500,000, and she compared it to something they offered this white female.
I forgot who the female
comedian
was. Yeah,
and I forgot who she was too. But they offered her like a hell of a lot of money.
Yeah,
and they offered Monique $500,000. Now, it's common Hollywood, white Hollywood practice to always, for some reason, give the Caucasian stars and celebrities more money than they do the black celebrities, right? Tyler Perry came in the mix and changed the game. And this is why I hate when people take a lot of digs and a lot of shots at Tyler Perry, because you got to see how he changed the whole dynamics of the industry.
No, he did. Tyler Perry, you can't knock what he did. I mean, I just don't like Medea, but I mean,
that's fine.
Tyler Perry did a lot for the industry. I'm not knocking everything he did because I don't like one set of movies.
Right. That's
like,
fine. But to my point, it's like she came at Netflix hard, like nah, and I'm not accepting this offer.
Boycott him.
Yeah. And you know, when she was trying to get everybody to boycott Netflix,
you ain't getting all black people to boycott nothing.
You know, we don't boycott the things we should be boycotting.
We'll boycott for a day.
Yeah. We do it for a day and whatever, and we'll buy a T-shirt,
post on social media
that says something about it, and then we on to the next cause. I'm sorry, that's just how a lot of us do.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. So it's like with Monique, I can't say she did it to herself. She just called out a common problem that happens when it comes to dealing with these companies.
And that's what I'm going to say. Like, was that wrong of her?
It's like black content makes a lot of money.
Absolutely.
Black American content, media content, it makes a hell of a lot of money for these big corporations. So you have to call them out on their BS sometimes and be like, look, I want the same amount of money you gave Adam Sandler. I want the same amount of money. Actually, did Adam Sandler win an Oscar?
I'm sure he.
I don't think so.
You don't think he's won any Oscars?
No. Did the white comedian that Netflix gave all the money to? Did she win an Oscar? Monique won an Oscar, right?
Valet said Monique was not hitting the comedy clubs. Her stage demand wasn't there. She wanted more money than she was worth.
You know what? I want to touch on something you just said too about black content and the money it makes. So. I seen the other day, and it's true, how Hollywood wants to change it. So, you know, the new Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, is on now.
Right.
And somebody had made a comment the other day, and I was reading it and said, they're so right. So they took a sitcom that was really all about a positive black family, like something similar to the Cosby Show. You know, a black family of professionals living in Bel Air, and they switched up to now everybody on the show is either a crook, and now they lesbians, and they coke addicts.
No, they made it real. They didn't do nothing wrong with that show. And then Will Smith was the one. Will Smith was the one behind it. You know what I'm saying? They made it real. So you got a sitcom, which is comedy, keyword comedy, and they made it into a drama, into a drama series. So and they used the characters. Okay, so they.
But why couldn't they still depict the characters as?
No, it's not.
Good
It's not gonna be funny
people?
and good because it's not real life.
It don't have to be fun.
That ain't real. In real life.
So in real life,
people has a gay son or daughter. In real life, people have a son with a drug addiction or a drug problem. In real life, right? You got people that's rich, black people that's rich, that's into politics, that get caught up in certain things and look out for their family and try to get them off using their influence. That's real. That's real life. In real life,
does that not happen in white families?
Listen,
show me one. Show me one.
My mother
show.
moved me from Plainfield when I was younger and thought Scotch Plains would be better. When I went to Scotch Plains, I got jumped. So she thought that was the move. She thought that was a move. Yeah. Well, they tried to jump. They used to have an area called the Block. And it was the Playboys. It was the Playboys back in the day.
Yeah.
So she was like, "It's too much going on in Plainfield." Blah 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 blah. And she moved me to Scotch Plains. So I I'm using my brother's address or whatever in Scotch Plains and everything. And then I went there, and then they wanted to fight me just because I was from Plainfield. You know what I'm saying? So it's like you can't win for losing. So going back to Bel Air and everything, we knew the story on the sitcom where in Fresh Illinois, Westfield, Philadelphia, born and raised, and whatever, and where he was getting tossed around on the basketball court. Yeah. So they just took that and made it a drama. That's all. And Will Smith was behind it. So I'm glad the show is having this much success as it's having because it's actually a good show. Yeah. So if we could watch Power and BMF and all this other stuff that glorifies X, Y, and Z, and religiously watch it and talk about the episodes. Did you see what Tariq did and such? Why can't we watch Bel Air where it's a drama and Carlton is not doing the Tom Jones shuffle and shit?
All of that that you just said is my point exactly.
What?
Why is all of black television negative?
I love the reboot.
I'm just saying it just all show us in the negative stereotype that white America, that Asian America, that every other culture and country depicts us as, and it just perpetuates us more because that's all
it's negative.
Okay, so
it's just so Carlton is a drug addict in this. Uncle Phil. He's a crooked running for a DA. Jeffrey is like undercover gangster. Like everything in there is flipped. It's nothing. Nobody in there is like the original Fresh Prince of Bel Air.
But check this out. But did you get the catch? The catch is Will Smith is supposed to be from the worst part of Philly.
Yeah.
Right. The worst part of Philly. He's supposed to be deemed as the bad guy.
Yeah.
Carlton is rich, has everything in the world that he wants.
Yeah.
And he has these issues. That's why I love it. That's why I love it because it's like
that's
the one from the hood. The one from the hood is actually changed the rich family's life for the better. Actually, for the better. You know what I'm saying? So it shows how you can't really judge a book by its cover. So Will is supposed to be from the worst part of Philly, whatever, and this hood dude, and Carlton is brought up with everything in the world, but Carlton is the problem. He's the problem child.
That's the reality of most rich kids who grew up in affluent neighborhoods in Hollywood. The kids got drug issues. Yeah, it ain't put out there
because it's easy for them to get it.
They got money, and that's the circle they're running in. So he's basically showing the reality, and not everything is like the Fresh Prince of Bel Air when he on the comedy. Whenever I went out there, and he was all jokes and sunshine, everybody was a certain way.
And you know what, Nakia, let me answer your question. You said, "Aren't we sick of these drug shows?" I'm feeling you 300% on that. There needs to be a diversity because in every race, right? Latino, white, Asian, whatever, everybody got their crime shows. Everybody got a crime show. Everybody.
Yeah, they do.
Yes.
I mean, come on, man. We love The Sopranos forever.
Yes.
We
everybody.
love Goodfellas.
Every race
We love
got every race got a
Scarface.
crime show.
That's all this Italian
You look.
stuff.
You look at Telemundo. I went through Telemundo the other day. Somebody was stabbed. Somebody, whatever.
I mean, but those are
and then
big.
I saw the Latin dude doing lines and whatever like that. It's what producers and it's what the networks. They look at what sells. What
That's
they
what people
look at.
want to look at.
They look at. Nobody wants to see. When they had nice shows on, when you had the nice college shows on or whatever like that, whatever the ratings tank. No, the ratings tank. When you had the nice shows, like BT actually had a dope show. I forgot what it was called, where the girl. What was the name of that show? Somebody put it in there. And what was her name that was on that? But anyway, it was about she was the dean or whatever. That was the black lady, whatever. She was the dean or something in that college, whatever. It was about HBCUs. But it was actually a dope show. And I'm like, they took it off. What happened? We didn't support it enough, right? So we had
it probably was too positive. They don't want positive
But
images of us on television.
No, it's not that. It's not that. We didn't support it.
Is everybody says we want positive. Like I said, we want positive music. We want positive. But
The Quad.
but
Yes.
the numbers,
Great show.
the numbers aren't there to support. Because everybody who says, "Oh, we want positive," then when it's there, the numbers don't match the other shows for them to say we're gonna keep that show on. Right?
Yeah.
Right.
Who said the numbers
It doesn't
weren't there?
match up because we don't. Everybody says we want positive stuff, but when it's there, we don't. The numbers don't show it.
Yeah. And that's just the reality too. Why you think stuff like Love and Hip Hop and all that's still lasting? It's going through its 9th or 10th season. Black Ink and all these other, or whatever, because people want to see a train wreck. Nobody wants to see. Hello, can I help you with your tuition? Oh, hi. Can I walk you to church? Hey, praise the Lord. Like nobody is supporting that. Nobody wants to see that, and nobody's going to continuously tune in for that, right? So the whole flip of when I'm trying to get people to think about Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, the difference between Fresh Prince of Bel-Air and Bel-Air is two different dynamics. It's two totally different dynamics, right? It's just good. The writing is great. The writing is dope on that. Mm-hmm. Like even though it's a drug show, the writing on Power, the original Power, was dope, right? And BMF, they took a real life story, and 50 is just sticking to what he knew.
Yeah.
And he made a career out of it, and he's making a career out of it as a filmmaker.
Yeah,
he's telling stories he's familiar with. So if that's your environment, you're going to tell stories from your environment. If I tell my story, it's not going to be drugs and guns. It's going to be something different. It will still be interesting, but it won't be drugs and guns because that's not my story. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So I mean, yeah, shout out to Nakia. She said, you're right. No, misery loves company. Yeah. And Nakia said, for the people portrays positive black images. Let's see how long it's going to last. That's my whole point. For life is very well written. Yes. And that's dark in a sense. For life is dark in a sense, but it's a good take on the fact that this man changed his life around for life. On ABC.
I actually stopped watching that when it went from Tales of the True Story into them just making it up, because they started to incorporate COVID in it and all that stuff. I'm like, COVID wasn't going on when he was in jail, and I think that's kind of when it fell off for me, when they started fabricating it and going off the
Well, that's the only way they could continue making it though. That's why, because they have restrictions on the set too. So they incorporated the restrictions that they had on the set into the story writing.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
So I'm like, huh?
Yeah,
like, there's no COVID going on when this Joker
like,
was locked up.
I'm the last people to knock a lot of our content. You know what I'm saying? It's like, and I do wish we got more stories to tell than drug stories.
Exactly.
We got way more stories to tell than drug stories, right? That's true. If we had a great mix, that would be great. Where you could tell you have a drug story over here, you got a comedy over here, you got a love story, a romantic story over here, you got a business mogul story over here. You know what I'm saying? So it's like We just gotta be able to mix it up a lot, and we have to support. But you know what? The thing is, we kind of gotta support all of it for our worth to grow in the mainstream. I hate to say that, but even with Medea, like I went and watched the Medea joint on Netflix. All right, yes, I support Tyler Perry. This one on Netflix, the last one is kind of horrible to me, right? It was horrible. You don't usually hear me knock Tyler Perry, whatever like that, because Tyler Perry did have some good movies. You got Alice Cross, you got The Family That Prays, you got a lot of the ones without Medea in it to me were good movies. Probably the best one with Medea was Diary of a Mad Black Woman. Probably was the best and funniest one or whatever like that with Medea. But I do try to support a lot of his content. But Tyler has to have a what you call that when somebody gives you reality check. Tyler needs a reality check too, as far as it's okay to get somebody to help you with this writing, right? Because if you look at if you look at my girl Courtney Kemp, right, with the Power series, that whole Power series from Power Book 2 and what's the one now, Force and BMF and all that. If you look at Courtney Kemp, her writing, she's a beast. Yeah. She's a beast. It's okay to bring in fresh talent, man, to give you a fresh perspective on things, whatever like that. So the dialogue don't be so robotic.
Well, he said he actually used to have a writing room, and he said it just got to the point that he had to go back to writing it all himself because they were like dropping the ball. Like I guess the vision that he was giving them, like they weren't writing to the vision. So he's like, you know what, I just do it myself because I guess because who knows your vision better than you?
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So I can tell you my vision and have it in my head, and the way that you interpret it could be way different than the way that I'm actually explaining it. Right. So if somebody writes it out the way that they see your vision instead of the way that you see your vision, you're not going to accept that. But to the point again about the content. See, my biggest problem with all the content being of a negative stereotype is that the kids, the children. Because I know a lot of these shows are adult shows, but we have the children watching these shows too. So if all that they see are these negative images of black people doing all these negative things and doing illegal things to get gains, that's what they're going to think is what they need to do.
Well, Hip Hop Today is doing a good job of that too. Yeah, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because I mean, if you look at these videos, because now it's no chill in none of these videos. Everything goes. Yeah. Everything goes. People killing each other in videos. Yeah. You talking
actual real murder weapons in the video.
You rapping about murder. You do, and it's like
dummies.
It's like at some point in time, it's like I don't believe in censorship, but at some point in time, I'm like, yo, enough is enough. Like I can't stomach it no more. People send me music all the time, and people send me videos all the time, and I look at some of the shit, and I'll be like, oh my God. I'm like, come on, like I want to see other stuff. Back in the day when we was coming up in hip hop, there was such a diversity again with it. You know what I'm saying? With hip hop back in the day, to whereas now you don't see, you don't really, you don't got the love rap. I mean, now you may have it, but now it's you being blatant when it comes to it.
You ever seen a beat dog?
A beat dog?
Like, the dog has been beat by his owner for a while. He just gave up. He got his tail tucked between his legs in the corner.
Yeah.
I've given up on humanity. I've
I've
given up on on people to change the music. I just become so indifferent. I just don't even listen to stuff that don't appeal to me no more. Like, I listen to some ignorant stuff once in a while because it's good to laugh and joke and have some something that make you want to move. Right. But overall, I just find myself listening to old school. Yeah. Whether it's old school R&B, old school hip hop, old school movies, because it's like it gets mind numbing. It's like you're tired of just talking. Like you're talking to a wall. Hey, we need to change. You're right. Yeah, we need to change. But then when something comes out good, don't nobody go to the movies support it. Don't nobody click the links. Don't nobody promote it. they don't. The views don't be the same on YouTube. So it's just like, yo, what do we really want? We ultimately control what is out there, but we give the industry believing that they are in control. No, we control it. We control the money.
And think about it, right? So like they cut Nick Cannon's show, right? And Nick Cannon's show, his talk show, it was sort of corny, but it was positive. It was positive. It was like he had a positive.
Everybody's not meant to have a show.
Little positive
like
tone
that.
To his show. Like the Nick Cannon on Wildin' Out.
Yeah, about to say it's not Wildin' Out. It's different.
Is dope. You know, Nick Cannon on Wildin' Out is dope. Even him with the what's that thing where they dress up?
Masked Singer.
Even him on there. Cool, whatever. I caught Nick Cannon's show like maybe once or twice. I'm like,
I can see.
You know,
I can watch him on Wildin' Out and the what's name. I don't know if I haven't seen his talk show, so I don't know. Sitting and listening to somebody do a talk show to me is different than watching them be funny on stage.
Exactly. It is different.
You got to deliver it a different way.
Absolutely.
Like, just like I wouldn't want to. I personally probably wouldn't watch Nick Cannon on a talk show. Wouldn't go look at Dave Letterman try to be funny on stage hosting a Masked Singer
exactly.
or Wildin' Out, because this is like, come on, man, that's not you.
But you also got to think too. You just hit it right in the head. You got to think. So people are used to seeing Nick Cannon in a certain light. They're used to a Wildin' Out Nick Cannon, right? So now that you're trying to come with a suit and your turban and you're trying to talk about the tough issues that's going on, people are gonna look like, well, you know, in their head, that's what they said. They're not taking you serious. Would you trying to be a serious talk show host? That's just like actors being typecast. You know, you got certain actors that no matter what they're in, they're always the same character.
It took a while
every
for me,
movie.
It took a while for me to listen to Jamie Foxx sing.
Really?
Yeah, because whenever I heard him sing, I saw a funny Jamie Foxx, so I would laugh. He could be singing the most, like, something serious, and I'm just laughing because I'm like, Jamie Foxx is a comedian.
And you
like, even when I saw him act, and he's a great actor.
Yes.
I saw him in serious roles. I still saw, what was the one where he was the dating, they were doing a double date.
I know what you're talking about. I know what you're talking about.
You know what I mean? I still see him,
yeah.
like, it took me a while to get past the comedy Jamie to see, like, he's a really deep actor who played multiple.
You know what's crazy
roles.
about that? He actually he did the comedy to get out. He actually was a singer first. He actually was trying to sing first, and he couldn't get out there. He did the comedy to get out there, and once he was out there, then he came back and pulled the singing in. So the singing was his first love. Actually,
I didn't know singing was his first love, so I always knew him as just a comedian. So it took me a while to get out of that and see, like, he's really deep and well rounded.
See, and that's the problem with this too. We don't give things a chance. Even with
don't take shots at me on my show.
Even with Nick Cannon, even with Nick Cannon's show, the talk show, it just came out. It was out 6 months.
Yeah, it wasn't that long.
And it was like, bam, they cut it.
Yeah,
we are in such a microwave society. Sorry.
But think about how long they gave House of Pain a shot. House of Pain, and then they revamped it. Tyler Perry's House of Pain. TBS,
I love House of Pain.
The network stood behind that show. They stood behind that show, and it's like, okay. And we knew it was kind of dry.
Yeah. It was, but I love House of Pain.
It was dry, but they gave it another shot, and then they gave it another season. Nick Cannon was on for 6 months. We don't really give our content, and now they cutting the reel. You know, they canceling the reel too.
Really?
Yeah, they canceling the reel, and I think Garcelle just got on that.
When the House of Pain came out, things were different. Now it's like everything has got to be instant. Like when you put something out, if it don't get instant clicks, you get a lot of views on YouTube.
Cancel. It came on
if it ain't got they always look at what's like right away. They don't give it the time. Like you put a video up on YouTube, if it ain't got a lot of views by the first time, some people take it down like, this ain't working.
Sandy said Nick Cannon talk show came on yesterday. Probably run.
No, it's going to come on. They just
they
announced they canceled. They're not renewing it.
They're
not renewing it.
I got you.
They're not renewing it. There's a lot of things they're not renewing.
Okay.
They cancel our stuff quick, man. If it don't do the numbers by a certain time, we out of there. You know what I'm saying? We don't have that support system, like other people do. You know what I'm saying? This is why we have to start supporting our content. And we have to stop being so critical and realize, like people. There's a lot of people,
sorry, I am critical.
Yeah, too critical. Especially, I see a lot of people making new films, doing their own music videos or whatever like that. We're like, oh man, why didn't you use? No. Look at what they had. Take it for what it is, whatever like that. And you give people got to grow. People got to grow in every phase. You're not the same person you was 20 years ago.
No.
So if you did something one way, now you're doing it better because you had time to grow.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's like that with everything. We have to give people a chance to grow. Tyler Perry grew from stage plays with only
living in his car
with only 7 people showing up, 6 people showing up, to now being a billionaire. So
critical.
you have to give people a chance to grow.
But I hold everybody to a different set of standards. Like if you're shooting your first movie, I'm not expecting your movie to look like Paramount movie, who's been doing it forever. They got different sets of equipment. They got a more bigger budget. So, or like a music video. If I don't expect Joe Blow video down the block to look like Hype Williams video.
Right.
Because so if the color looks a little off, or maybe the mic don't sound right at this point, or the angle might not look good, I'm more apt to let it go and be like, all right, they'll get better as they go along because they're still, like say, it's still early on. Now, if I looked at that and say it was a Marvel movie, I'm like, what the hell's going on? Marvel's like, I'm holding you to a different level.
Yeah, you have to. Yeah.
So you gotta look at people for where they are and can't hold John down the street. Well, I know a John down the street. I'm not saying. I'm just saying to like Spike Lee. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a different.
So here's the difference between, I'm gonna put Tyler Perry and 50 Cent side by side. So you got Tyler Perry's content, you got 50 Cent's content. So 50 came out the gate, right, looking the part, and looking the part with the writing, with the filming, the editing, the wardrobe, the costume, and everything. If Tyler Perry is still having problems on that, because a lot of us talk about the wardrobe that be in his films, talk about the hair, the wigs, this. We pick Tyler Perry apart. We talk about the wigs, the wardrobe.
It's funny you said that. Hold on, because Fat Lady said, and is it me or Tyler cameras always look dated?
You know what? It's not so much that. It's that. Let me tell you.
He shoots.
No, but I'm gonna tell you this. Tyler's problem is, and I get it, because when you have a vision and then something is your baby, it's hard to relinquish some of that responsibility to somebody else. Tyler does not know how to delegate. I would tell him that to his face.
He wants ultimate power.
Yeah, he does not know how to delegate. 50 is smart. 50 knows how to delegate. 50 knows he's not going to sit up there and write every episode of Power, so he's going to delegate it to somebody that is strong. That's strong in that area, like Courtney Kemp, right? So Courtney Kemp is dope. We seen how she write. Those episodes are dope. Somebody like Spike Lee, he knows how to delegate. Even Spike's content is a little bit different, but you could see Tyler's still growing, right? You could see he's still growing. He's a billionaire and he has all the money in the world, whatever. And we still going to attack when it comes to his content. But he has one of the biggest studios in the film industry. One of the biggest.
I think he has the biggest.
Yeah,
now.
he has the biggest studio in the film industry.
Yeah.
And it's sitting on an old plantation.
Exactly.
What used to be an old slave.
Confederate.
Yeah,
Confederate.
plantation. That's somebody that and they shoot major motion pictures there that don't have nothing to do with Tyler Perry. They're paying him to use his studio. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we just gotta we gotta learn how to talk more and talk with people instead of criticizing them, and publicly doing it to whereas when we publicly criticize something enough, right, it devalues it.
Yeah.
So if you take a person that's trying, you know, like Tyler Perry is trying to get right there with the Caucasian film industry people and the Jewish film industry people. He's trying to get on that level and above, whatever. So it's not going to happen if we keep tearing it apart publicly or whatever like this. There's got to be a way where we, you know, people can let him know, you know, well, why don't you just try this? Or can you just start trying it this way? Yeah, he don't care. But what I'm saying is when we pick things apart so much when it comes to us, you know, via social media, other people in position and power see that.
Absolutely.
And be like, oh, well, their own people are tearing it apart. They're tearing it apart, so we don't want to touch that. We don't want to invest in this. We don't want to put no money in this. We don't want to fund that. You know what I'm saying? So it's like we gotta, we gotta watch how we attack our own. That's what I'm saying.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
Facts.
Shout out to Alicia said House of Pain is funny. Saying these are all of Tyler Perry TV series are thriving.
That's a fact.
The kid likes Uncle Curtis. Hold on. And I missed the comment that I wanted to read. I don't know what Sandy talking about when she said booty call.
That was the movie that Fuse was talking about.
Oh,
Booty
Okay,
call.
yeah.
He said, I don't know what she talking about. She calling you out. She's trying to let you know. Showtime over.
Yep. So I saw him I always saw him as a comedian. So like
Booty
that sticks
call.
out, yeah.
Yeah, that was it.
Yeah, no doubt.
What's
funny.
he talking about?
Oh no, cause I just saw that. Now, real quick on this, because we are on the Cypher show, on this Mace man coming at Diddy after these years with the Oracle 2. I'm sure most of y'all heard this song by now. If not, I'm going to play it. But basically, he's basically saying in his own way that Diddy profits off of death.
He's airing out all the dirty laundry.
He's saying Diddy profits off of death, and he doesn't do right by his people, basically. So that's been a common theme, like Mace ain't the first to say that. He's not the first to say that, and he's basically saying, Mace is saying in this one that he's speaking for all the artists that Diddy did wrong. And this is nothing new. When it comes to Diddy.
Same old record.
Yeah.
I'm about to say, if you've been on Bad Boy, you know.
I mean, same old. But years ago that was your man. That was your boys.
Yeah.
And y'all was thick as thieves and all of this, whatever.
Shiny suiting it up.
So now, I don't know what Mace's intention is for
He
doing
must
the
got an
record.
album coming out.
Maybe he has an album coming out.
Something got to be dropping.
He's sounding different. I mean, when he's using the auto tune and trap type beat.
Yeah.
But let's listen to it. Let's check it out. Try to listen to the lyrics real good, but basically he's saying you ain't nothing, nigga. That's what he said, not me. Here it is.
Virtue was definitely not woes. You can feel it in your soul. We ain't nothing, nigga. 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 We ain't nothing, nigga.
Said
We ain't nothing, nigga. I'm an unapologist. New women like Solomon. I could burn bridge, walk water like the prophets did. I could read niggas' futures like astrologists. Why I'm so clean, I'm the next thing to godliness. Niggas trying to starve my kids and give my money to his firstborn. I'm not the nigga supposed to work for him. You supposed to teach Coach and P about a legacy. Instead the niggas follow you, you teach them treachery. And now you saying you check for me without a check for me. Know what you talking about? This murder niggas double jeopardy. Niggas saying let it go. You bugging, nigga, I can't let it be. Tell niggas don't call for me, I can only talk for me. I know what my budget read, I read the budget every week. I'm on no way out tour, but it's a way out for me. They can try to dangle money, they didn't think I ever leave. Niggas never pay the artists, but they love to pay the freaks. We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't family, we ain't foes. And we definitely not bros, we ain't nothing, nigga. And we definitely not goals, and we definitely not woes. You can feel it in your soul, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga. No, we ain't nothing, nigga. No, we ain't nothing, nigga. We ain't nothing, nigga. Nah, we ain't nothing, nigga. He that is from above is above them all. Above them all. Above them all. I show up when thunder fall. I ain't running from y'all, cause I come for it all. Now I fire on Goliath and watch him fall. Then when they kill the short first, cause I come for the tall. And when your main artist die, who the hell do you call? I bring smoke with water on, I'm used to the fog. And I empty pipes when clicks get clogged. And go to church on Sunday, I'm the illest of all. Don't ever put mace with other bad boys who had hardship. You know I get it jumping like a mosh pit, nigga. I'm the first level, dirt level, y'all can never hurt level. Niggas mad I made it to the I would never work level. Cain kill Abel, I'm able to kill Cain. And love don't steal, my nigga, change your name. And I see no integrity in your name. And I'm haunted by the voice of St. James. Champagne came, match my Rollie plain Jane. And I say, blame God, I ain't changing. If niggas never found a killer, why is niggas living there? Everybody broke, the niggas gotta blame the visionary. And niggas be selling they soul to go to a brunch. And niggas might end up sweet, drinking that punch, I suffer good. And niggas know I'm from another hood, so keep your brotherhood. I'm trying to make sure that my mother good. I act sheep, but I'm really go to the ghost. No matter who top 5, I'm the nigga quoted the most. I'm the ghost of Wolf, ghost of RZA. I come with the facts you never considered. I'm the ghost of Shine. I speak for every artist, never spoke they mind. Representing every artist that was left behind. From Craig Mack to G-Dep, I still remember them kids trample. For every producer you ever stole a sample. Why you playing with me, knowing I make examples? Niggas hide behind money, you know that's not a man move. You know you Frank and I'm Tony, you know that it would get lonely. It's never safe when you owe me, you know that saying's true. You had a chance to do right and I understand you. You can't starve a nigga, came from Wick and can't fool, but Common came and gave him order movers. The Florida for the pain he caused in Georgia made his soul rest in piss water. He could've made it right, that nigga could've saved his life. Now it ain't no way to fight, now he out there waving white. I know your strategies and what your habits be. And right now I got a mole in your faculty. So when you get the nerve to come after me, what audacity. Gotta know the dollar sign wasn't rapping free. Actually, after Big died, what a travesty. Cause when Mace left, nigga, wasn't nobody after me. I guess I got the last laugh. Niggas ain't laughing, huh? Niggas stay strapping up, I'm ready for a massacre. Can't blackball Mace, the ball ain't black enough. Tupac voice, nigga, I ain't even mad at you. Pretty nigga always made their heart smell, yeah. Guess you could say I know how Pac felt, yeah. I'm just a Harlem nigga reppin' down a Vegas strip with my own shit. You from my brother, nigga, go and rep your own. I'm not Billy Worth. Right now I'm only saying what you really worth. You ain't no architect, you just a nigga, not a market deaf. Go pay his mother what she really worth, nigga. We ain't gang, we ain't ghosts, we ain't.
You just a nigga that market
nothing.
death. You ain't nothing, nigga. You ain't wow.
That's deep. Wow, that's deep. That's deep, and from the heart right there.
Well, it's safe to say that they're not friends no more.
Yeah, probably safe to say.
It's safe to say that they got beef, they got issues, they got problems. But is anybody surprised?
Nah.
No. Let's just say he still got bars.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, that don't go away.
Jerome Rice said, but see, in the hip game, this ain't nothing new. Rappers dissing each other's work. Well, in this case, you know, he's putting his emotions on wax. You know what I'm saying?
You ain't safe as long as you owe me.
Yeah.
He been owing you for years. He ain't pressed.
Yeah. I mean that's part of hip hop. I mean the diss, the battle, whatever. But this is personal.
Yeah.
You know, this particular one is more or less
Diddy
personal.
ain't gonna respond because Diddy ain't no rapper, so he ain't gonna put on no diss track.
Yeah. I mean, he ain't got Loon or nobody to write it for him.
If he did, he ain't gonna rhyme. He can't rhyme a diss track. Cause that ain't in him.
Nah. Now what are you gonna say? Yeah, I'll take your money.
Sandy said, Mace, please go take 2 seats somewhere. Shaking my head. Nakia said, Mace is a mess. He stayed around for years and made money during those times. Don't call it out now. That the faucet stopped dripping. She said, don't call it out now that the faucet stopped dripping. Yeah, but see, I'm with you.
You was still riding with him when he did the locks dirty.
Yeah. Come on, man.
Right?
Come on.
Because when the locks started, was talking about he getting robbed and Mace was the only one getting paid because he was writing for Diddy.
Yeah.
He ain't leave then.
But
now he's speaking up for everybody.
That whole era and that whole bad boy situation. I mean, I don't know. I guess it was all good when the glitz and glamour, you know, or everybody out and about, you know, but people really wasn't getting paid. But
How many people first contracts they get paid from?
Yeah, that's true.
Well,
We got to read the fine
now,
print.
is it really most like?
I ain't gonna
Would
put
you say
nobody's
most?
business out there.
Would you say most artists when they sign their first contract is leaning more in the favor of the record label?
It's always in
It's
favor
always
of,
in favor.
in a record label.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. So, the two-sided coin that nobody wants to talk about is everything the label has to do to,
exactly.
get you
to
out
get
there.
the artists out
Promote you and
there
get you started
and to get you known.
Yeah, exactly.
Because if artists from the beginning of time was able to just take their talent and make millions of dollars on their own, then nobody would never need a label, right? Mm-hmm. So evidently, the label becomes a machine to get you heard, to get you out there, and whatever. So the expenses that a lot of these labels have to put out to
Need to
get
be
artists out there. Now, not saying who, but the majority of labels spend a lot of money paying these radio stations
The pay for
and
play.
these DJs,
Yeah.
right, and cutting little side deals to get their artists constantly played regularly in rotation. You ever hear a song that just
New York City.
Yes, you ever hear the
For
same
like hours.
same song for six times a day or 10 times a day? That's because
Or a whole radio
that's
show.
because there's some type of wheeling and dealing going on with the record label or whoever to constantly put this song in people's ears so they'll go out and buy it and they'll support the song. Now, also, the money that labels spend on studios, the money that labels spend on producers, right? The monies labels used to spend on manufacturing and all that. But the biggest budget is in marketing and promotion. So when artists don't see money and they're ready to flip out, right? Nobody had the conversation with them before. It's like, this is the money that the label has to spend
Yeah, that they
to
have to
make
get back.
you the star you are.
Right.
Now, what artists need to start doing is negotiate up front. Listen, I'm a sign. I get it. You guys going to have a lot of expenses when it come to me, but I need $20,000 or $50,000, $100,000 unrecoupable. So regardless, I want $100,000 paid that for my talent, for my time, for my services, or I want $1 million, whatever like that, where I don't have to pay back, and I get it. You could take those expenses off of future royalties, but I need this up front. So you got to know how to negotiate. So a lot of these artists, they saying somebody ripped them off and this and that, whatever like that. No, they didn't do their due diligence. They was just hyped up on the fact that they got a record deal, and the common is, they on
the radio.
You think because I made a record, I'm going to be a star
rich.
and I'm going to be rich. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. But you got to understand the business. When I hear these rip-off stories, it's a two-way street.
Yeah.
Part of it is, the labels are going to take advantage if they can. If they can.
And two, some other artists don't know what they have to give back before they see
Right.
money.
You gotta understand the lingo and how the whole game goes. But it's
Also, be more than just a singer or a rapper. Like I said, if all you are is just the front face of it, then you are making the least amount of money out of everybody.
Right.
You are the product, but you are making the least amount of money if all you're doing is singing a song or rapping a song.
Yeah, like if you listen to Stevie J was just on Unsung or whatever that's called or whatever, and Stevie J was like, "Listen, I got my money, for my beats,
Yeah,
for
exactly.
my production, and this and that." The behind the scenes cast is the one that's winning.
Absolutely.
That's winning. You know what I'm saying? But you want the fame, fortune, and girls or whatever, and the cars. The cars you gotta eventually give back.
Give back. Yeah.
And the houses. If anybody gives you a house. Just know that's temporary.
Yeah, absolutely.
If anybody gives you a car,
absolutely,
just know that's temporary. That's all. If anybody give you a $50,000 chain,
chain,
you break from their label, they taking that chain back. So just know you got to negotiate better up front so you have some longevity in the game. But listen, man, we want to thank everybody for joining us.
Absolutely.
On Live in the Cypher. It was real.
Yes, sir.
Great convo. Shout out to everybody on the check-in. Shout out to everybody tuned in. No matter what platform, whether it's Twitch, we on Twitch. This show is on Mixcloud as well. We on YouTube. We on Facebook. All right, so you can catch us next week. Same bat channel, same bat time.
Mm-hmm.
And again, anybody would like to win tickets, get tickets to go. See, now we're going to do that right now because let me see. If you want to win these tickets, call in now. The number is 646-233-1302. All right, and these are tickets for NJ Pack. Deuce Martinez presents the 90s dance concert featuring Brenda K. Starr, George Lamond, Lizette Melendez, Black Sheep, Robin S., CeCe Peniston, Nardo Ranks, Marshall Jefferson, Strafe, Rochelle Fleming, Keith Thompson, Break for Love. Elias. I mean, it's just all the 90s dance music stars is going to be.
Sheep.
But yeah, it's going to be even more than that. I just heard that the list they just added more people to the list, so it's going to be an awesome show. But if you want to win tickets, call in. First caller to call in 646-233-1302. You can win the tickets, and we'll ask you a question too when you call in to see if you was paying attention to the show. All right, so we're going to give you actually 1 minute to call in. If you want tickets to it, it's going to be at NJ Pack this Saturday. This Saturday, show goes down 8 p.m. This Saturday, March 19th. It's going down at NJ Pack. But we got a pair of tickets to give away from a caller if you can answer this question. Oh, I got to give you a question. All right, I got to give you a question. Name one. Let me see. Nah, that's gonna be too easy. All right, name 4 male artists that was signed to Bad Boy. Name 4 male artists that was signed to Bad Boy. Call in 646-233-1302.
That's still easy.
That's easy. That's easy for you.
Well, 4 artists that signed a Bad Boy.
4 male artists. Yeah, of course yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean yeah.
Yeah, I know. Everybody don't know that. Everybody don't know that.
Now is. Well, no, I'm gonna say that.
Yeah, call in 646-233-1302. Do we got the line open? Hold on.
Yeah, you open it up.
Because I know I got the volume off. All right, so nobody got it. Well, y'all don't care about the 90s dance show. Or you out of state, you ain't gonna be able to make it anyway.
Mm-hmm.
All right, you had your chance. Again, name 4 male artists.
I'd have gave you 3 out of 1 group
that was signed to Bad Boy.
I'd have just named the locks. You got 3 right there, and then made.
Yo, he's.
You said it was over. They ain't call in. You said it was done.
He just wanted to give an answer like, I know. Jeez. Okay.
I thought you said it was over. My bad.
All right. Listen, y'all didn't call in. Y'all had the chance to win the tickets.
I gave you the answer. Call in and say the answer.
Alicia said, I know, but she live out of state. She ain't going to make it. But you can give those tickets to somebody that's in Jersey. All right, because the show is this Saturday. It's going to be a nice show, though. The lineup is crazy. All right, y'all. So y'all know what it is. We want to thank everybody for joining us live in the Cypher BKS1 Radio. And you know the answer. It's too late now. You're going to tell everybody the answer. Go ahead, Jeff. Just tell everybody. The whole lineup. Tell them the roster.
You want me to get you? There's some more, you know.
Tell them the female artists.
That'll be even tougher, though, right there.
Y'all know what it is, man. Listen, again, this show's never about us.
No,
it's
always about you.
Because
you are the next best kept secret.
See y'all next week. We out of here. Peace and blessings, y'all.
Peace.
Yo, man, it's got to be that real hip-hop feel, man. Get these levels right. All right, something like...
You will now go back to when rap music had hard beats. When it was called hip-hop.
Live in the CIPHER. Oh, gotta get it right. Live in the cypher, chills on the mic. You got cash, I'm worth it. Pay me, you can't outfox me. So say that for Jamie. BKS1Radio.com. Hot like 5 kids, so ring me alarm. Got the industry corner with our own damn opinions. No Serato, it's authentic. When late night is spinning, the truth, the real. Hip hop ain't dead, and if it was, we resurrected it. It's back to the essence, the bare essential. Storm Norm is the leader, we call him the general. Smooth P and Ghost, we rate and review. So if you're scared to spit the 16, don't come through. Ooh! Represent the real hip hop. Represent the real hip hop. Represent the real hip hop. Make sure you tune in every Wednesday night, 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, for the hottest hip-hop show on the net, live in the cypher, baby. You got my man, Chill Mr. Keep It Real, Ladies Love, Smooth P, Short Fuse, DJ Late Night, and your man, Storm Norm the General, on BKS1Radio.com, where we represent the real hip-hop.